around at that time when things?
I was around the time when tapes started ended up missing out of the vault, what we called the vault. When Death Row was going to ride like it was, and everything was all kind of trouble, everybody just reached for their own. And a lot of people, to be honest, they were stealing Tupac's tapes. They were stealing his tapes, and running and releasing them in swap meets and different things like that. But people was just getting in the vaults, grabbing their own masters and other people's stuff. There was a lot of stuff that came up missing out of the vault.
Was that when Norris was running things?
This is a Jmix exclusive.
Any grumblings from other people about their finances? Was this something that came as soon as Suge Knight went to jail?
Not a lot. To me, I'm not saying that a lot wasn't going on. I wasn't privy to it. And I guess I was like the peon, the new guy trying to make my way in the label. I was a no name, so it could have been on a bigger level than what I was privy to. There could have been complaints to Suge about this not being right, that not being right. But before the thing, I wasn't making no real money. I wasn't making money. Suge hired me there $1,500 a month. That's what I was making as a producer and whatever there. I was making $1,500 a month, and he didn't know it, but Death Row was paying my rent too because Norris paid my rent with a Suge Knight stamp. You know, he would stamp his name on stuff, and I lived at a place called the Oakwood. What is it called?
Oakwood Apartments.
Oakwood Apartments. I lived in the Oakwood Apartments, and that was because I was a single parent, so that was good for us. So we had tennis courts, pools, barbecues, all that. Maid came and cleaned up the room every day, and it came with all that. And Death Row was footing the bill. Suge didn't know though.
Now you brought up Tyrone. That's Hurt 'Em Bad.
Hurt 'Em Bad, my boy.
And you brought up Machiavelli. I guess the most elephant in the room question is, how did you meet Tupac? How did you start to, how did you start to work?
I met Tupac. Well, met him. I saw him the first day he got to Death Row. That was a big thing. We all expected him. So when he came in, I was right there in the hallway. I couldn't believe he was passing right by me. First day he got there. Now meeting him really like, hey, I was in that room. By this time, so there was a lot of friction going on with me and Tyrone trying to establish ourselves there. And Suge had heard a little bit about it. He started hearing that me and Tyrone was catching a little friction by other artists and doing whatever. And he said, man, I'm gonna stop all this hating around here, man. I'm gonna go, that little room y'all be in, we about to fix that. We're gonna pull them recorders out of there. And because the room where I started writing and singing in ended up being me and Tyrone's room. He started coming in there too. But what we did was we find little equipment we could that nobody was using around somewhere, and we started learning how to, do what everybody else is doing. So Suge heard about it, and he said, man, I'm tired of this hating around here, man. This gonna be the money room. I'm gonna put green carpet on the walls and on the floors here. This gonna be the money room, and I bet y'all come up with a hit out of this room, right? So he let us go to Guitar Center and gave us a carte blanche, like whatever you think you want to play, go get it. So we went and got a whole bunch of equipment and everything, right? And me and Tyrone just bought everything we want. That's like a kid in a candy store. We bought everything that made a sound, and learned how to use it right then. And I started making beats in there. Pac walked in one day, I mean, just pushed the door open one day like Suge often did and nodded his head. But he walked in one day and said, man, whose beat is that? I said, just something I'm messing around. He said, man, that's my beat. Let's go put it in the room right now. When you put it in the room means you're going to the big studio. You're taking it to the big engineer. Oh, man, I'm excited. I can't break my stuff down fast enough to go in there and